Going into the woods alone at night can be downright terrifying. But what if you stumble upon something, or someone, you'd rather not face? These stories will have you thinking twice before ever stepping foot in the forest after dark. Tonight, we're uncovering 6 of the most spine-chilling encounters ever caught on camera. And trust us, the last one will haunt your dreams. The first clip comes from Exploring with Bear, a YouTube channel known for urban exploration and eerie outdoor adventures. The creator, known as Bear, often takes viewers deep into abandoned buildings, hidden locations, and even haunted places. On February 10, 2024, during a freezing winter night, Bear set out on a solo camping trip deep in a dense forest. What started as a peaceful getaway quickly spiraled into a terrifying ordeal he'll never forget. As the sun set, Bear showed off his minimalistic camping setup. Welcome back to another camping adventure, fam. This is part 2 of the series, and I'm Jay Bear. This is what we're working with tonight, bare bones. Baby, bare bones.
Welcome back to another camping adventure, fam. This is part 2 of this series, and I'm Jay Bear. This is what we're going to be working with tonight. That's it, bare bones, baby. Bare bones.
The warm glow of the sunset cast eerie shadows through the trees, setting the tone for the night ahead. Hours later, the temperature dropped, and Bear sat by the fire, sharing stories about Bigfoot and other forest legends.
Alright guys, so it is getting colder out now. I say now's a good time. It's probably around 10 o'clock or so. So now would be a good time to fire up those rechargeable hand warmers. I'm really curious to see if they'll last all night. When I wake up in the morning, are they still warm? If they are, I'd give them a double thumbs up. Anyway, yeah, let's go check those out.
Suddenly, a loud crashing noise erupted from the darkness beyond his tent. A branch snapped somewhere nearby. Bear paused, gathering his thoughts, but before he could continue talking to his viewers, another eerie sound echoed through the trees, this time, even closer.
Alright, so I'm thinking maybe, now that we got these fired up, we check out the offering tree, maybe the lake. So
determined to investigate, Bear grabbed his camera and walked toward an offering tree he had mentioned earlier. As he approached, a random object fell from the tree. Strange, but Bear shrugged it off and pressed forward.
Alright guys, so I'm going to take you all to the offering tree, because I don't think I showed you that yet in this video. So those of you that haven't seen it, are about to see it. So yeah, let's go take a little walk. Better flashlight too. I gotta say, this flashlight is not very impressive. Alright, offering tree. We should try to get this light a little better too. There we go. That's more better. That's more better. Something seemed off. That sucker came flying in. Did this fall from up there? That's what I was telling you guys about the widowmakers when you're pitching your tent. Like that was, I don't know what that was, but imagine if that was a monster limb now. What is that noise coming from the lake? So, did you guys hear that? It was a big frickin' bang by camp. The woods is becoming alive. Keep your eyes open though, guys, because these woods are frickin' scary. You never know. I've sworn I've seen things in them.
Later, as Bear settled into his tent for the night, he was jolted awake by another loud crash. Then, footsteps, slow, deliberate, circling his tent. Frozen in place, Bear held his breath. Then, thud. something slammed against his tent.
Alright guys, I think I'm going to try to get a little bit of sleep. And if I wake back up, I'll check back in. If I don't wake back up, I'll see you tomorrow.
His heart pounded. Was it an animal? A person? He quickly shut off his light to avoid drawing attention. But the attacks continued. More loud bangs against the tent, and unmistakable shuffling noises nearby. Fear gripping him, Bear loudly announced that he was armed, hoping to scare off whatever, or whoever, was out there. The pounding on the tent finally stopped. But even after several minutes of silence, Bear knew he wasn't safe. He made the tough call to abandon camp and leave immediately.
I'm turning my light down. There's more than one. More than one. Crap, wrong way. It's throwing stuff at the I'm armed. Oh no. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have a freaking heart attack. Man, whatever that is, I don't know what. I almost feel like it could be people messing with me. I just heard it breathing. Oh! I can hear it. No, please, no, please, no, please, no. Please, no. Please, no. Please leave, please leave. Please leave. I think it's leaving. So it's been about 5 minutes and I haven't heard anything. But my heart's still about to beat out of my chest, and I'm gonna take this opportunity and leave right now before whatever that was. Sounded like there was 2 of them. There's people, creatures, whatever that was. I am leaving before they come back. I do not feel safe. I'm sorry guys, I'm not. Yeah, right now I hear nothing. I'm getting out of here.
Later, Bear returned to the site during daylight. What he found was shocking. His tent was completely destroyed, a cinder block thrown onto it, and the fabric slashed open. Had he stayed inside that night, things could have ended much worse.
Frickin' cinder block. Someone destroyed the frickin' tent. I wonder if they thought I was laying in there when they threw that block on it. Man, that would have messed me up. Man, it looks like somebody was trying to hurt me.
This terrifying ordeal serves as a reminder that sometimes, it's not the wildlife we should fear, but other people. Would you ever camp alone in the woods, knowing you might not be alone? Or would you rather stay cozy in bed, watching others brave the unknown from the safety of your screen? Our next story comes from the Men's Life, a YouTube channel focused on van life, travel, and adventure. The creator, Lar, documents his journey of living on the road, converting a van into a home, and exploring remote locations. On December 29, 2022, Lar returned to a place he had visited before, an abandoned cabin deep in the woods. But this time, what he encountered was far more terrifying than he ever expected.
Yo, what's going on, my beautiful family? Welcome back to my daily life vlog. Hope everyone had an amazing Christmas break with their families. As of right now, I'm on edge for one reason, and that's because today I decided to return back to a aeronautical location where I think the majority of you guys saw this on the main channel. Came here with Blake and we found a cabin literally down there. I think it's a hunting cabin. Don't know whose it is or what it's truly used for, but since I'm back in the Halifax region, I'm not actually in Halifax now, but we got back last night. I decided to come back out and try and get a better look in the daytime. I just find it so mysterious. Did you hear that? Swear to God, I just heard something already.
Lars started his video by explaining that he had explored this area once before with friends, at night. This time, however, he was alone. As he approached the abandoned cabin, he heard faint voices coming from the trees around him. But he was in the middle of nowhere. No houses, no roads, no other people. So who, or what, was making those noises?
So the cabin is literally right there.
The cabin itself was eerie, standing alone in the wilderness. But something was off. Rubbish was scattered on the porch. It looked like someone had been there recently. A strange, uneasy feeling washed over Lars. He couldn't shake the sensation that he was being watched.
Get down below. But we straight up stumbled across this at nighttime. Makes me a little bit nervous because I really don't know whose it is or who has rights to it. Hello? Somebody in there? So sketch. There's antlers on the top. The hell? Someone definitely came recently. I remember a bunch more cans up there. As of right now, I feel like I'm being watched. Like instantly.
He remembered his previous visit, where strangers had hidden in the woods, trying to scare him and his friends. But why? What were they doing out here?
So I actually think the last time we came here, people were actually down here trying to scare us out. The issue is, where the hell were they? Like, I don't know if people are tenting out down here, but I think we made it to this bend. Holy. Definitely being watched. Okay. All right, I need a quick break. What is that banging sound? Sounds like someone's ripping something apart. I'm so on edge, guys. I seriously don't know what is out here, but I definitely feel like I'm being watched. This is why I do it for you guys, so you guys could vicariously live through us.
To get a better sense of his surroundings, Lars decided to launch his drone. He scanned the area and spotted a nearby factory, assuming that must have been the source of the strange sounds. But later, he realized, it wasn't the factory making those noises. It was something far more terrifying. Lars returned to the cabin for one last look. But as he stepped onto the property, a loud bang echoed through the woods. Then, more eerie noises. This time, they came from the path right behind him. His heart pounded. His breathing became shaky. Then, a whistle.
I do know for a fact that we were sent here for a reason. What the was that?
The sound came from the bushes, just a few feet away. You could see the exact moment his stomach dropped. Panic set in. Lars spun around, but saw no one. Then he ran.
The sense that people come here and do really weird things. Oh my god. The hell was that? Straight up heard movement behind me. I think someone's down there. Like right over there.
Terrified, Lars sprinted away from the path and climbed a dirt hill. At the top, he lay flat, trying to stay hidden. Holding his breath, he listened. More footsteps. More banging noises. Whoever was out there was looking for him. Then, another whistle. Shivers ran down his spine. Someone was stalking him. But who? And why?
I think I gotta get out of here. I think there's one individual here somewhere. I don't get the sense that there's many, but I get the sense that there's like at least one.
The terrifying realization hit. This wasn't a prank. Someone was actively hunting him in the woods. As he remained motionless, footsteps circled closer and closer. With no idea where the stalker was, Lars knew he had only one option: run.
I don't see anybody. Oh shit!
He made a break for it, escaping through the trees. Luckily, it seemed like whoever was following him had gone in the opposite direction. But the question remains, who was that person? What were their intentions? This terrifying encounter could have ended much, much worse.
Holy shit. They just noticed me. They just noticed me. Okay. Okay. I don't know if they're coming. I don't know if they're coming. Oh shit. Whoever that is right down the path. Okay. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. What is that person doing down there? This is so fucked up. But I'm gonna leave this recording for a bit. I straight up don't think I can leave at all. Because I don't know if he's like waiting right down there. But just in case he comes walking down this way, I got a little bit of a ditch to really hide under. Oh my God. Okay. My instincts were seriously right. I knew there was someone here. Okay. Oh. What the f? I'm literally tearing right now, guys. I think someone's trying to actually find me. There's no dog, there's no nothing.
Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us bring you even more eerie and spine-chilling stories. Now, let's get back to the video. The next encounter comes from Ads Ventures, a content creator known for his van life, road trips, and camping adventures. His YouTube and Instagram feature unique locations, travel tips, and immersive outdoor experiences. But on October 31st, 2022, his Halloween solo van camping trip turned into something straight out of a horror movie. He had planned to spend the night in a notoriously haunted forest, known for its eerie atmosphere and terrifying legends, especially those tied to a nearby cemetery.
That is a person. I'm not even joking. What the f***? I can't see anything. Oh, what was that?
The video begins with Ads driving toward the dense woods. His plan was to arrive early and explore the area before dark, but time wasn't on his side. By the time he got there, the sun had already set, leaving him to navigate the ominous landscape in total darkness. Before heading into the forest, he made a quick stop at a shop to grab some supplies, completely unaware of the horror that awaited him. Upon arriving, Ads had no choice but to park his van right next to the cemetery and continue on foot. Would you dare to step into a haunted forest at night, alone?
Being that it's Halloween or spooky season, tonight I thought I would head to some woodland which is apparently extremely haunted. I was hoping to get there before it got dark so that we could scope it out and just take a look at the area before we lose daylight, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So apparently this little road here is the closest that we can get to the woods. To the left there, I think that's like a cemetery. So I'm just going to park here for now. Unfortunately, this is the closest that we can get to the woods. We can't take the van any further, but I will be going.
As Ads prepared a simple toasted sandwich, he shared the eerie history of the forest. Local legends spoke of restless spirits wandering the area, some dating back over a century. After hearing such chilling stories, would you still venture in?
So, legend has it that the ghosts from the cemetery roam the woods at night. I mean, standard behaviour, right? If I was a ghost, I'd do the exact same thing. Ghosts need exercise too, and I think they're not allowed in the gym. But apparently the vicar, or whoever it was that used to live in the little churchyard next to the cemetery, started going insane because of all the ghosts that he saw. And the story goes that one night he walked out into the woods and shot himself. So now I guess the woods are doubly haunted with the vicar and the existing ghosts. I mean, what more could you want for a spooky Halloween night?
Determined to embrace the Halloween spirit, Ads pressed forward, making his way through the shadowy trees. Along the way, he passed an abandoned church, a structure that had likely witnessed more than its fair share of eerie occurrences.
Got a bit of a problem. I cannot see a thing with this light shining in my eyes. So this is coming into the woods now, and on the left is the little church house, and behind that is the cemetery. How old are some of these then? 1908. Oh, wait a sec. There's 3 people in this grave. Look at the size of that. Well, obviously I don't want to be disrespectful and tread on any of the graves. It's quite hard to see where I'm treading around there. Right, so I'm just the other side of the cemetery now. I'm going to go deeper into the woods because I don't think if I was a ghost and I come out of the cemetery, why would you knock about just on the outskirts?
Just beyond it, the old cemetery loomed. The gravestones dated back to 1908, with some said to be haunted by spirits who had never found peace. Despite the unsettling energy surrounding him, Ads remained focused on his journey. The deeper he ventured into the forest, the more unsettling the atmosphere became. The distant rustling of branches, the occasional hoot of an owl, and the sheer isolation of his surroundings made it feel like he had stepped straight into a horror movie. Hoping to warm up, he took a break to enjoy a cup of hot chocolate, but the peaceful moment was short-lived.
What the hell was that? Whittard's White Hot Chocolate, the luxury version. That is the one. I think it's a little bit of a hassle carrying around this cooker and my bag and the saucepan and all that, so I'm going to go back to the van and drop all that off, and then I'm going to come back and...
Startled, Ad spun around, shining his flashlight into the trees. He spotted a strange reflection, a light bouncing back at him from the darkness. Heart pounding, he approached cautiously, only to realize it was just a laminated piece of paper tied to a tree. A false alarm or so he thought. Feeling slightly disoriented, Ads decided to retrace his steps. As he panned his camera around for one final look, he saw it.
I've come up to that bit where the light was just shining. What? It's moved. I'm gonna have to go and check that out. Where the hell is it coming from? This might have been what was reflecting that light. It says, if you find this card, please pay it forward to do something kind.
Frozen in place, Ad's breath caught in his throat. A tall figure, dressed entirely in black, stood directly in front of him. And then, he saw it, a white mask staring back at him. Every instinct screamed at him to run. Without hesitation, Ads turned and sprinted back to his van, adrenaline surging through his veins. What would you have done? Stood your ground and confronted the figure? Or run for your life?
There's no one there, I swear. There was. I think I'm gonna go this way, to be honest with you. What the hell? That is a person. I'm not even joking. What? What the f? I can't see anything. Oh, what was that?
Once inside the safety of his van, Ads locked the doors and tried to process what had just happened. Was it a prankster lurking in the woods, waiting to scare unsuspecting campers? Was it something supernatural tied to the haunted cemetery? Or was it something far more sinister? I've been sat here now for about 15 minutes in silence, and I've come to two rational conclusions as to what the hell just happened. Number one, that was somebody playing a prank, a Halloween prank or whatever. And if that's the case, fair play, they got me good. Number two is the more likely option. I was seeing things, and if that's the case, you guys are probably laughing at me, because you would be able to see on the camera clearer than I could. See, there's a light that sits on the top of my camera. It was shining in my eyes when I was using the camera. Even when I wasn't, I still couldn't see because my eyes hadn't adjusted. And basically, to me, everywhere I looked, it was like pitch black. I could just make out some things. So, The figure in the footage didn't appear to be a ghost. It looked like a person dressed in black, deliberately hiding in the woods, alone, at night. But the biggest question remains, why were they there? And what might have happened if Ads hadn't run? Perhaps the most terrifying encounters aren't with ghosts or wild animals, but with other humans, lurking in the shadows. Our next story comes from Noah, a YouTuber who documents solo camping adventures in remote locations. His trips are often filled with mystery, suspense, and eerie experiences that leave viewers on edge. But nothing could prepare him for what happened one night in April 2020. In the middle of the pandemic lockdown, Noah set out for a solo camping trip in a secluded forest, parking on a deserted dirt road, miles away from civilization. He felt entirely alone. Until he realized he wasn't. The video begins with Noah lying in the back of his truck, recounting his chilling experience. He warns viewers, what you're about to see is not for the faint of heart.
Sleeping in the back of my truck right now. I don't even know what time it is. And there's someone walking around my truck right now. If you can hear that, it's pretty loud. He's been walking around for like 20 minutes already. My gun's in my cab though. I don't really know what to do. I'm a little freaked out right now, and it's like pitch black outside, probably like 2 in the morning, and he just keeps walking around, and he's like really close to my truck. I've never been this scared, and like this doesn't make any sense because I parked somewhere where you couldn't see, no one was on that road.
At first, everything was peaceful. But then, he woke up to the sound of footsteps. Slow, deliberate footsteps crunching on the gravel outside his truck. His stomach twisted. Someone was walking around his vehicle. Who else would be out here, in the middle of nowhere, at this hour? The footsteps grew louder. Then, something brushed against the sides of his truck.
He's literally knocking. He's literally knocking on my truck. The canopy, the back door's locked. I've never been this scared before ever. I don't think he knows that there's anyone in here. I'm so scared right now.
He held his breath, heart hammering in his chest. Should he grab a weapon? Or stay hidden and hope they left? What would you do? Suddenly, bang! A loud thud rattled the truck. Then another. Someone was pounding on his windows. Noah's breathing turned rapid. He whispered into the camera, regretting not bringing his weapon into the back with him. The pounding didn't stop. Whoever was outside wanted in. Then, Noah heard something even worse, the door handles jiggling. They were trying to open the truck. Trying to get inside.
He keeps walking around. I don't get it. I'm like, how is he not have noticed? Doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna try to see if he goes away eventually. We'll see. He's literally peeking through the door right now. I've never been this scared ever.
Checking his phone, he saw the time, 2 a.m. The dead of night. Desperate, Noah grabbed his flashlight and flashed it through the window. The second the light hit the outside, the intruder bolted into the woods. He sat there, frozen, listening as their footsteps faded away. The next morning, Noah stepped outside to inspect the damage. Handprints covered his windows. Someone had pressed their face against the glass, trying to look inside. Even worse, the door handles were smeared with marks, proof that they had tried multiple times to get in. Was it just a random thief? Or had the intruder known he was inside? And if they had gotten in, what would they have done? These terrifying encounters prove that sometimes, the scariest thing in the wilderness isn't ghosts or wild animals, it's other people. Would you ever camp alone after hearing these stories? Or will you stick to watching from the safety of your screen? Let us know in the comments. And remember, stay aware, stay safe, and never ignore that feeling that something might be watching you. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We post creepy content weekly, so stick around for more terrifying encounters. Now, let's jump back into the horror. Our last terrifying story comes from Grizzly Gad, a YouTuber known for his thrilling outdoor adventures, often featuring his loyal pug, Fendi. While his channel usually blends humor, camping, and survival content, this particular trip took a terrifying turn. On October 29, 2023, just before Halloween, Gaz ventured into a forest known for its creepy atmosphere and eerie past. Rumors of strange rituals and unexplained events surrounded this location. As he arrived, the cold night air and towering, twisted trees set the perfect scene for a real-life horror movie. At first, everything seemed normal as Gaz set up his tent.
Hardly see tent. Now it's not pitch black yet, but it's dark enough. The only thing that you can see, look, that gives it away is the guy line connectors. Ah, look at that! Even got my own bench. Look, that's good, isn't it? So what I'm gonna do is have something to eat, and then we'll go for a wander around once it gets dark and get a feel of the place. And for tea, we got bacon mash. Is that your ass, Fendi? You little scruff bag. Farting away.
But if you look closely, you'll notice something chilling, a shadowy figure lurking behind a tree, watching him. Wearing what appears to be a mask, this unknown presence remains hidden just out of Gaz's view.
It just all looks the same, and there's not many like proper paths really. It's just all like little game trails and stuff. Come on, mate. Oh, it doesn't half look creepy down here. Tree looks like a skeleton, and we're all like bibbies in it. Definitely feels creepy in here. It does feel creepy down here, but that's because I've got light shining in my face and I can't see out, and there's a slight breeze in the air, so there's lots of things just dropping from trees because it's autumn now, so there's conkers and all sorts of stuff dropping out. Over here in front of me, it's all dried leaves on the floor, so every time something drops from there, it's really amplified.
After setting up camp, Gaz tries to shake off the unsettling feeling by having a meal and going for a walk. The forest is eerily quiet, except for the rustling of leaves and acorns falling. Although he doesn't see anything unusual, the dark, twisted trees and overwhelming silence create a disturbing atmosphere. Later that night, as Gaz lays in his tent with Fendi by his side, a tapping noise echoes through the forest. Fendi's ears perk up, his small body tensing. He hears something, too. Then, the cracking of branches begins. The sound grows louder and seems to be moving closer. Gathering his courage, Gaz steps outside to investigate. The moment he leaves his tent, the sounds stop. A coincidence? Or did something know he was coming? Uneasy, he returns to his tent. But the second he settles in, the unseen presence returns. Thuds hit his tent, as if objects are being thrown at it. Then, the most chilling sound of all, light footsteps slowly approaching his tent.
Shit. Hold on, mate. Let me get my light up. It's falling down me.
Just as Gaz tries to convince himself it's nothing, something slams into his tent with immense force. Without a second thought, he grabs Fendi and sprints into the pitch black forest, heart pounding. Standing in the dark, trying to catch his breath, he realizes the snapping of branches hasn't stopped. Whatever is out there is still moving, and it's getting closer. Realizing it's too dangerous to stay, Gaz makes a split-second decision. He rushes back to his tent, grabs his gear, and gets out of there. The next day, Gaz returns to retrieve what he left behind. But what he finds sends chills down his spine. His tent has been completely destroyed, slashed, and ripped apart. This confirms his worst fear: he wasn't alone that night. But the real question remains: was this a cruel prank? Or something far more sinister? Gaz and Fendi were lucky to escape unharmed, but after seeing the destruction left behind, one thought lingers. If this terrifying encounter sent shivers down your spine, let us know in the comments. Would you have stayed, or run for your life like Gaz did? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more spine-chilling videos. Stay safe and watch your surroundings. You never know who, or what, might be watching.